Hey, how's it going? My name's Liam and
My name is Matthew.
together we are...
Mattie and Liamo.
Okay, so Trivium have a new album out since, what, last week?
Yeah, last week.
So we're not exactly on the ball with this one.
What did you think of the CD? Just a straight off opinion of the CD. What was your view?
Straight up opinion is it wasn't an absolute chore to listen to.
Fair enough.
Which is I was kind of expecting it to be a bit of a chore. I have respect for all sorts of music, but some of it I just would not listen to if I had the choice. If let's say I robbed a car last night, okay, and I'm cruising around and I'm trying to avoid getting caught by the federales or whatever, and the guy has this new radio and I don't understand how to tune in different stations, and he's been listening to some crap talk radio station about the difficulties of being a farmer at the end of the Celtic Tiger or whatever. And let's say I checked the CD player and Vengeance Falls was in there. I would listen to that instead of listening to the farmers whinging.
Well, I'm afraid I have a different opinion.
I thought you might.
Yeah, I'm not happy at all, actually, to be honest. I don't know. I can't seem to get into it at all. I don't know what it is. I can get to like track 4, I think track 4 it is. Actually, no, track 3 is the last one that I listen to, because when track 4 kicks in is when I get pissed off and turn it off.
Really?
I have, yeah, and I have actually gone past track 4. And I'm actually using my notes as well. I've gone past track 4.
Yeah.
And I just, there's one song that I do enjoy after that. I think it's called Incineration or something. And
yes.
I like that. It's quite a good song just for the, I don't know, I like the guitar and stuff in it. And there's also a bass solo in there, which you don't really hear a lot of them. So, I mean, I thought that was pretty good. But, yeah, first, second, and third track are very, very good. Yeah, Incineration, and that's it. And I can't get into the rest of it at all. I just give up.
And have you tried several times, like?
Oh, I got the album legally. I had 2 weeks before it came out. I know someone.
Very nice.
And I got the album 2 weeks before it came out, and I can't get into it at all. I mean, I listened to it twice the night I got it. Then the next day I was going to work. I listened to it on the way into work, on the way back from work. I was going somewhere else after work as well, so I came home, went back out, listened to it on the train going out again.
Yeah.
And every time I try and listen to it, I just give up. I can't get into it at all, which is really, really frustrating me. Because I love the band, as they were.
Yeah.
I mean, I was really, really in one of my favourite bands, and just fucking can't do it. And it's heartbreaking.
As someone who's not a fan of the band and wouldn't know anything about what other people are saying about it, have the band acknowledged the fact that this is hugely different from what they've done before?
No, because it's kind of, they do the same thing that all bands do right before a new album comes out. You know that bullshit of, it's all of our past albums kind of mixed together. We found that sound that's us. No, okay. Every band says that every single time a new album comes out.
Yeah.
So they're just saying.
I might have seen a quote somewhere, when I was doing research, where they said something like, "We're looking forward by looking back," or something like this. Did somebody say that?
Possibly, yeah.
Possibly. Or somebody.
Now, see, I love him playing guitar and I love him singing, but the chap's a bit of a ponce at times. Like
that's a very poncy thing to say.
Yeah, it's very poncy. Every time their new album comes out, it's their live sound, and that's the way they sound. And I feel bad mouthing them, because I have always been a huge fan. I mean, I met them and all, joined their fans.
Not only that, but they might be watching.
Well, yeah, fuck, I never thought of that.
Yeah.
Lads, everything you did up to now was class, but now I'm just not into it. Not into it at all. So, like, I joined their fan club and all. Met them, hung out with them for a while after a gig in Dublin, and like they're all really sound lads.
Yeah.
And I loved all of their stuff, but just now I just can't get into this new album at all, which is disappointing. Now, they haven't played in Ireland for like 5 years, and I think they're coming back next summer, which will be when I'm back in the country for a holiday. So I'm going to try to go see them. But I'm actually genuinely concerned about going to the gig and then playing a lot of new stuff and me being very, very bored.
Well, maybe after they watch this video, they'll decide against it.
Yeah, I'm hoping so. Yeah. Did you listen to any of their older stuff?
I did not, on purpose. That was a conscious decision not to do that.
Yeah.
Because I really wanted to go into this as somebody who doesn't know anything about it.
Yeah.
Do you want to hear what I have to say about the tracks?
Yes, go on. Give me a track by track rundown if you would.
Right, track 1, Brave the Storm. I wrote, got good at 1:15.
I think that's
I don't know why I wrote that.
It kicks in.
And actually, if I remember rightly, it kicked in at like 0:1. It got
no.
No, am I thinking of the wrong track?
It does kick straight in with the fucking diddle, but like I mean it repeats that over and over again. I think till 1:15.
Okay.
With slight differences and slight variations, but when actually like the vocals and stuff kick in, I think it's around that time, or it could be when the kind of pre-chorus starts. I don't know, but all I know is I remember listening to it the first time as well and thinking that exact same thing. That I was kind of just like,
you're waiting.
So
yeah.
There you are. Yeah, that's exactly it.
Yeah. It felt a little bit bland, if I remember correctly now. I've only listened to it a couple of times. It felt bland up until 1:15. I felt like it was going to be just generic sort of metal that's, no, and then 1:15, boom, there was chords and everything.
Yeah.
There's a melody there,
and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All that musical stuff.
Yeah.
The second track, Vengeance Falls, which I'm only copping onto now, is also the name of the album. Isn't that amazing? I just wrote down that this would be the music you would get if Nickelback had sex with Evanescence while listening to Metallica. But that's...
You have now ruined that song for me, because that's all I'm going to think about the whole time I listen to it.
Yeah, I've probably disgusted 3, actually, separate fan bases there.
And my mental pictures are horrendous, because I'm just seeing that pale white woman's ass in the air and him just going, like that over and over again. And that's not even his thumb noise. I wonder if like he just randomly burst into that sound every now and again. Like that
I'd say that's the sound he makes when he snores.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, no wonder his wife left him.
Right, track 3, Strife. What did you think about it?
Loved it. Actually, yeah, really did. It just seemed to be the most put together song on the album for me.
Right.
Yeah. No, I didn't like the kind of vocal thing he does at the start, where he sounds like he's, getting fingered by a robot.
Yes.
He's like, man, Diane, it's like, oh, just sing like a normal cunt.
My notes on it are, I thought it had an 80s feel.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing. And it also, I wrote, it sounds a little bit like if Metallica did the score for Top Gun. I can picture it on YouTube. Somebody taking that song, taking Strife, and having loads of clips from Top Gun.
That's a challenge to viewers right now.
Yeah.
And I'm actually going to name one of them. Gary Kenny, if you're watching this.
Do it, Gary.
Song, Top Gun clips. Get it done.
So anyway, the fourth track, No Way to Heal. That's when you start to lose interest, isn't it?
That's when I start to lose interest, yeah.
My note is, again, and I hate to keep referencing Metallica here. Metallica writing a track that's to be used in a training montage in a film about cage fighters. That's how I felt.
Yeah, it's just one of those songs that, the way everyone has a song in their life that no matter when they hear it, they just hate it.
Yes.
For me, it's any song by ABBA.
Wow.
Dancing Queen, Waterloo, fucking... every time I hear the band, I just picture that blonde bitch, and I just want to punch her right in the face.
Incredible.
So I think that for me, that song is going to be, every time I hear it, I'm just going to want to punch Mattie in the face. Harsh words. Yes, very, very harsh words. They're the ABBA now of metal. Not that song is, not them. I still love their old stuff. In fact, I was listening to their older stuff just today, and it's still class.
It's still class. It hasn't been tainted by this new stuff.
No, but see, that's the problem though, because I liked Avenged Sevenfold as well for a long time there, and then they came out with some absolute tripe. And no, not Avenged Sevenfold, but you ever heard of a band called Bullet for My Valentine?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were. EP was very good. Debut album was a little bit emo for me.
Okay.
But had some catchy tunes on it. second full album, third kind of release, was like a proper like thrash metal album. It was really, really good. Stuff that I'm into all the time. I
Yeah.
mean, real kind of fast guitars, technical stuff. And then they released an album that I can only describe as busted, being anally raped by Wham, with the occasional guitar solo.
Yeah.
And that was it for me. That was it. And since then, I just have the mental image of the music video that I saw from the album.
Yeah.
And in it, your man is sporting emo quiff, eyeshadow, and he has just a guitar there, and he's doing this kind of posturing kind of thing where he's like, I'm a hard man, and you just know that he's not.
Yes.
And since then, every time I listen to their other stuff, it's just that image is in my head, and it's ruined for me now.
Yeah. Well, I like the imagery of Busted
Yes.
being raped, mainly by Wham. I'd pay to see that, but I wouldn't
Really?
watch it. I wouldn't watch it. Don't get me wrong. I would not watch it, but I'd pay for it to happen. You know,
I love the
I'd
fact that
go-
you're like, I would.
I'd have it on stage, do it on stage. I'll pay, and then I'll turn around and listen to it.
Yeah.
You
Just
know?
put the album on. Actually, you don't even have to pay. Download the album,
Just
put it on, and you have it.
Close your eyes. I mean,
Is
we've
there
already
anything-
done the first 4 tracks. Is there anything I liked?
Is there anything you liked? Yeah, anything you really enjoyed?
Do you know what? I'm a big fan of Muse,
Yes.
right? There's a couple of tracks that remind me very, very slightly, very subtly
really?
of Muse. Yeah. And I wrote it down. Villainy Thrives.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, at the start, reminded me a lot. But then, as the song went on, it reminded me of movie metal. You know, like a
Yeah.
film that's about a metal band forming, and they've written the music specifically to sound like metal, but it's generic enough for your average cinema goer to appreciate.
Yeah. So it's like
You
School
know?
of Rock.
Exactly.
basically. And there's one song on the album where he's talking about having his hands around someone's throat, and that's the way he likes them most, or something.
Okay.
And the way he was singing on that line was so cringy for me that I was like, oh, I actually shivered on the train listening to it. I was like, oh, you prick.
Wow.
Yeah, like I really hate this album. And it's
Yeah.
I think not their last album, the one before that. It's an album called Shogun, and that to me is their like pinnacle of that's their best album. They're not going to top it for me.
Yeah.
Just everything about it is perfect. The way it starts, the way it finishes. Actually, if you get a chance, listen to the title track off that. It's actually called Shogun.
Okay.
13 minutes long, but it's 13 minutes, but it feels like 5 minutes. Do you know what I mean? Like it's one of those songs that just flows. Everything flows together perfectly.
Yeah, like a good Queen song.
Exactly, like Bohemian Rhapsody feels
Yeah.
like a 2.5 minute song.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When you're going mad to it.
Yeah.
But like, that's their pinnacle. The last album they brought out before this one was very good. It had enough of their kind of older sound that I really enjoyed, and then it kind of introduced a new flair to it that I found really interesting. I think what they're doing on this one is they're bringing the new stuff that they introduced in the last one. They're bringing more of it into their sound, and that's what I don't like.
If one more track I want to mention to you here, because I'm interested to hear what you think about it.
Okay.
Skulls.
Skulls.
Yeah.
That's the fucking Misfits cover.
Misfits cover. Yep.
I fucking
The
hate
reason-
the Misfits.
Okay, here's the reason I bring it up, okay?
Yeah.
I listened to this album without reading the titles. I wasn't looking at the screen. I just had it on in the background while I was doing something else, something manly. And then later on, when I was looking at my notes, I saw that it was called Skulls and that it was a Misfits cover. Now, I know nothing about the Misfits. And after I looked them up, I saw that skull face type t-shirt, and I've seen that, okay? I've seen that somewhere. I don't know where, but I'm aware of it. But I'm not aware of that music. So I went and I looked up their song, their version of that song. I thought it was Poxy.
Yeah.
But this version, good.
Yes,
Really
their
good
version
version.
is
Not
good.
that it's a fucking fantastic song or anything, but amazing compared to the original.
Definitely, definitely. And actually, they did a cover of an Iron Maiden song called Iron Maiden. That's the name of the song.
Okay.
And their version of it, it's from that album I was talking about, Shogun. Their version of it is very, very good. Now, it would be sacrilege to say it's better than the Iron Maiden version because Iron Maiden are such a respected band. A band that I'm not really a massive fan of, but I respect them kind of thing. You know, one of these bands that I like the songs that I know, And if I listen to the rest of their albums, I'd really, really get into it. But I haven't done it yet. But their Trivium's version of their song is excellent. It's really, really good.
Right.
So they're very good at covers. They're very good at their own stuff. But just this album is a massive 2 thumbs down from me.
Okay.
What's the Liamo sound vote?
I'd be inclined to give it a sort of 1 thumb up. It'll get 1 thumb up, and I'm actually gonna bend the thumb a little bit like that.
Alright, grand.
It's not all the way up. You know, it's down like that because I would listen to it, as I said, only as a kind of alternative to listening to farmers whinging about the downturn in the economy. Hey, listen. Do you know a lot about Trivium, yeah?
Oh, I do, yeah.
Are you ready for a little quiz?
Oh, I am. This is going to be really embarrassing, isn't it?
This is a little quiz that I'm going to call Trivium Pursuit.
Yeah. You did the Carl Pilkington thing of coming up with the name first and trying to figure it out afterwards.
Yeah. First question. Trivium have a track on the God of War 3 soundtrack.
Shatter in the Skies Above.
Ah, yeah, bollocks you. Didn't think you'd get that one. At the 2006 Download Festival, Mattie covered lead vocals for what band when their singer became ill?
Korn.
Well done. How many singles have they released since forming in 2000?
This is very difficult. I'm gonna go with I'm gonna guess between 12 and 15. Because I can't remember, because I know that they did some digital downloads and I'm not sure if they counted as singles or not.
Final answer?
Yes, 12 to 15.
17.
Bollocks! So close!
I actually thought you'd get that one more than you'd get the last 2.
Really?
Yeah. Okay, next question.
Mm-hmm.
They won Kerrang's Album of the Year for which album and what year?
I'm gonna go with Shogun in 2008, and the reason I'm gonna go for that is The Crusade was ripped apart when it came out. Ascendancy was 2005, so I don't think they got it then. And In Waves came out, and I think there was other albums out that year that were much better than it. So I'm gonna go with Shogun.
Final answer?
2008. Yeah, I know this is wrong though, isn't it?
It is. Ascendancy.
Oh, really?
Ascendancy, 2005.
Jesus, well, it is a very good album, but I didn't think they got Album of the Year for that. Although it's Kerrang, so they can suck a dick.
Right, last question. Name all of the band members, past and present.
Okay, well, are we counting everyone that's ever been in the band from the very start? Because I know there was people in the band that before they even had an album out.
Get them all in and we'll see what I have written down there.
Right, I'm gonna go with, originally it was Matt Heafy, Brent Young, and Travis Smith. That was the first lineup that I can remember. Then they added Corey Boleo, or Boleo, or Bolea. I can never pronounce his name properly. Then they fucked Travis out. No, they fucked Brent out. Paolo joined. Paolo Gregoletto. He's still in there. They fucked Travis out for being an inbred hick, and they got a chap called Nick Augusto. That's all I can remember. Yeah.
That's it. Bang on.
3 out of 5.
Yeah, 3 out of 5. That's not bad.
I'm gonna count that as a victory.
That's actually not bad. Not an outstanding victory.
No, well, in fairness, number of singles. I mean, come on.
I thought you were a fan. Ask me how many singles Oasis had.
I can tell how many singles the Oasis have.
We don't fucking know.
I fucking hate Oasis. Gallagher brothers can fuck each other to death. That's my final opinion on that. So I'm sure we're going to edit little bits of this conversation out, yeah?
No.
No?
In fact, I'm going to take some bits and I'm going to put a slow motion effect on them and drag it out.